in part. The recent attacks in Australia are a horrific assault on free society. Our condolences go out to those who have been affected, and we stand with the Australian people in calling for those responsible to be brought to justice. While X respects the right of a country to enforce its laws within its jurisdiction, global takedown orders go against the very principles of a free and open internet and threaten free speech everywhere. We will robustly challenge this unlawful and dangerous approach in court. The government says it expects social media companies adhere to Australian laws to keep communities safe. Australian leaders say social media sites are aiding in the rapid circulation of harmful content and disinformation after 2 recent stabbings in New South Wales. Now, graphic footage began circulating on social media shortly after the Bondi Junction and Wakely stabbings this week. New South Wales Premier Chris Minns says the community has had enough.
This is exactly as I'd expect from X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, a disregard for the information that they pump into our communities, lies and rumours spreading like wildfire, and then when things go wrong, throwing their hands up in the air to say that they're not prepared to do anything about it. We've had enough. Sydney's had enough.
Have you any idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it?
Well, here we are coming out of a big heat wave. If you're on the East Coast, oh boy, was that a hard couple of days that we had the previous week. We're probably going to go through another one before the summer ends. But hey, listen, by the time this airs, we're going to be at 4th of July week. Now, there are going to be some changes on there. Obviously, there won't be a Thursday show because that's 4th of July. But we will be running a full amount of episodes throughout the week on there. So stay tuned. Keep an eye on it. And most of all, hit that subscribe button. That's a very important button right there. No matter what social media platform you are on. Because basically, it's very, very important if you do that. Because it will open you up to our programming, and this goes for anyone else. If you like their content, subscribe. It helps us. It moves us up in the algorithm. This is an election year, and basically, you're seeing what's going on right now. Just the past week, you saw how CNN wanted to shut down YouTubers from broadcasting the political debate. I think that's wrong. It's fair use. It is total fair use to that. They want to censor things and all that. And speaking of censorship, well, I'll tell you something. We've talked about many different countries in what is going on as far as freedom of speech, censorship, anime situations where anime is being banned, content from social media being banned on there. One of the big places we've talked about is Australia. Now, if you're not familiar with what's going on out there, there's a lot of censorship going on, a lot of blocking of imports, taking away freedoms from the people of Australia, especially by someone who supposedly was not even born there, that came from over from this part of the world, Inman Grant. Supposedly, she was born in the U.S. and gone over there. But the thing about it is that you have situations where you have content from U.S. companies, and they go overseas to other countries, and other countries don't like it. They want to completely eliminate it. And they can't do that. Because in this country, we have a constitution. If you don't like it, then you don't carry the product. You want to geo-block it, that's fine. That's your country situation. But there are VPNs out there that allow people to get around that and still see the content. But we're going to read into this. out of XBiz. Australian court upholds local censorship powers of eSafety Commissioner Inman Grant. The ongoing fight between ex-owner Elon Musk and Australia's top online censor, unelected eSafety Commissioner Julie Inman Grant over her office power to ban specific content in the country and abroad has moved into murky territory, with both sides claiming partial victories. Yes, remember this. She wasn't elected. The people did not elect her to this particular service, in this country on there. So let's read on. Inman Grant has dropped her case in the Australian Federal Court, which sought to force X to take down their user-posted video depicting an assassination of a Syrian Orthodox bishop in a Sydney church on April 15 during a church service. However, the eSafety Commissioner stressed that she intended to continue her legal action in the Administrative Appeals Tribunal, where X started a parallel challenge against her authority. Inman Grant also said her commission had another 5 legal cases against X, including over the platform's failure to reveal how it was combating child sex abuse material, the Associated Press reported. Musk celebrated eSafety dropping the federal case by posting, "Freedom of speech is worth fighting for." The case underscored Inman Grant's censorship powers within Australia. However, as the judge ruled that X's decision not to remove the video internationally but to geo-block it for Australia was adequate. And that's the thing. If Australia wants to block it, that's their decision. But to remove it from there, especially having control of an American company and telling them what to do that violates the Constitution in our own country is wrong. This is what we have the problem here. This is the problem with Australia and the EU and all those that they just want to create this one world nation with their laws running it, basically eliminating the U.S. Constitution. Reading on, the compromise is consistent with Musk's non-absolutist approach to free speech. The entrepreneur has stated that X would respect the speech laws of each country so that the platform he purchased in October 2022 will not become a free-for-all hellscape. As Xmas reported, Inman Grant has in the past been questioned by progressive free speech advocates in Australia over her campaigns to target adult content. More recently, conservatives and libertarians have begun raising concerns about the powers granted to the country's top censor, an unelected former tech exec born in the U.S. who worked for Twitter before Musk purchased it, with some calling for her ouster. Musk, a powerful voice among conservatives worldwide, publicity unleashed his criticism of Inman as soon as her office challenged the geo-block approach and demanded that the complete removal of the video. Our concern is that if any country is allowed to censor content for all countries, which is what Australia eSafety Commissar is demanding, then what is to stop any country from controlling the entire internet, he posted. That is 100% right. And this is why we have our Constitution. So people cannot come in to change things in our own country. We cannot have outsiders. And I'm calling this outsiders. We cannot have outsiders who are not Americans to come here and to change this. This is our problem when it comes down to this, especially when you have the illegal immigration that's coming into this country and you have certain states that are giving them the right to they want to give them the right to vote, and they're not even American citizens. What stops any other person coming in here to do that? Do you understand? Someone that wants to change the policies of the American government. 3 weeks before Inman Grant dropped the federal case, Justice Jeffrey Kennett withdrew an injunction requiring X to hide the content globally, AP reported. Kenneth agreed with X's argument that the global ban was not reasonable and stated that it clashed with an international concept of the Comity of Nations, which recognizes that country laws have territorial limits. If given the reach contended for by the commissioner, the removal order would govern the activities of a foreign corporation in the United States and every country where its servers are located, Kenneth wrote. It would be a clear case, of a national law purporting to apply to persons or matters over which, according to the Comity of Nations, the jurisdiction property belongs to some of the southern sovereignty or state. Kenneth upheld the Geo-Block Compromise, however, effectively, but stressing Inman Grant's controversial powers to censor content within Australia. A recent article by the Australian libertarian think tank quoted Inman Grant's statements at the World Economic Forum annual gathering in 2022, where she advocated for a recalibration of a whole range of human rights that are playing out online, from freedom of speech to the freedom to be free from online violence. As Express reported, the vocal anti-porn Inman Grant has acknowledged having conversations with U.S.-based religious-inspired lobby, as I call Morality and Media. NOSC, formerly Morality and Media, has even appeared on NOSC podcast at the Coalition to End Sexual Exploitation Summit in July of 2021, shortly after the Australian Parliament passed the Online Safety Act. In November 2021, Australia's progressive investigative outlet Crikey published a lengthy report on Inman's obsession with banning online porn. But this is the situation. This is what, like that book that talked about that this is the new Puritans. You have those out there, and this is both on the left and the right. There are no true innocents when it comes to politics. You have people on the left, you have people on the right, even in the center, and libertarians that want to control the internet. This is, what is happening. Just look at some of the cases that are out there. Look at the age verification. The laws that are being passed for age verification, which are being challenged right now, and some of them have been defeated, are the same laws. They are you hear it from the mainstream media. It's a copycat law. What they're doing is you have groups like Morality and Media and others that are passing on these papers of what they want in these age verification programs. When it comes down to it, when it comes to the internet, and when it comes to children, parents are the ones in control, not your government. Remember that. That's very important to understand. The government should not control a parent's right for a child to be on the internet, whether they want to be or not. They have the right to control what they see and what they don't see. And and I agree, there are parents out there that are not doing it, and it has to be stressed to them. This is a situation where it falls on a double-edged sword. You have single-parent homes that don't control their children right, and then you have those on the other end who want to control these homes one way or another. And when it comes down to Australia, they're trying to ban everything as possible, especially anything what they call pornography. They want to shut down these websites like Pornhub and many others, but now they are looking at Netflix as well. And I told you this. This is something I've told you in the past. They're not going to stop at Pornhub, Xvideo, and many of these others. They're going to come after Cinemax or Max, however you want to call it, HBO. They're going to come after Netflix. They're going to come after every site, including Criterion and many others, that hosts anything that has sex in it. Do you understand? If it has sex in the movie, it will be banned. They will try to ban this. This is wrong. It has already been fought in the courts before. This is during the Hayes. If you remember the Hayes Code, we saw about the Hayes Code. Hayes Code banned a lot of this stuff during the period. It's what you can do, what you can't do in Hollywood. And this was run by people who were religious. And this went to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court, it says you cannot stifle creativity. You cannot stifle what is being produced, what's being written, what's being painted. You cannot do that. You may find it offensive, but still within the Constitution, it is legal. Most people say, well, porn is not legal according to the Constitution. Actually, it is. If you read properly the Supreme Court decisions, it doesn't say, well, only for PG movies, R-rated movies, but anything with sex in it, it's, that'll violate the Constitution. No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. And people need to understand that. See, this is what Inman Grant wants to do. She wants to rickshaw around it. She used to be an American citizen. Remember, she used to be an American citizen and left the United States to live in Australia to push her own agenda. And now she wants to spread that agenda out to other countries. I said it before. If they want to geo-block X, that's their decision in that country. You can't geo-block it throughout the world. And what I mean by that, shut down the particular site or to remove the content that you find offensive. Things are going to offend you. I'm sorry. This is that type of world. Things will offend you.
Oh no, the baby needs some kisses for his feely boo-boos. Oh no. Now did I hurt your feelings? Oh no.
If things didn't offend anybody, I would begin to worry. Because basically that would mean people don't have an opinion. People have opinion. I respect people. If they don't like pornography, okay, that's fine. I have nothing against that. But don't attack people who do watch it, and on that, and they say, well, people, this is a man thing and stuff like that. Believe it or not, a lot of the industry is run by women. We have a story later on this week to check it out, an anniversary of one of the great magazines, and they talk about, freedom of speech, that they were a forefront, that they were a magazine. They had naked girls on there, but the thing about it is, the models were naked, but they had great stories. And people said, well, that's a myth. Guys would read the magazine for the stories. They didn't want to see them. Hey, if it brought people in and they would read the articles on there, you would understand. And that's the thing. There were a lot of great stories on there, and we'll discuss that on the next one. But comment below. Let me know what your thoughts about this. I mean, this is amazing when you hear shit like this that comes out of other countries. And, when they complain about the United States, our laws and stuff like that, look what's going on overseas. Look at what's going on in other countries. When people tell you, go take some time, go live in another country, see how other people live, and you'll be shocked. It's similar to like all these people that wanted to go back to Africa, and they went back to Africa and didn't like it. They didn't like how they were living there, and they moved back. And there are others who have moved to other countries, Italy, Germany, France, Australia, and they've come back because they don't have the freedoms that they have as they do here. So comment, like, share this video, and hopefully today's the day I earn your subscription. So thank you for the support. Thank you for being there. Thank you for clicking on this video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are two ways listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.